Welcome back to OTM, and if we haven't met, my name is Sheridan. Today we are doing something special. It is highly requested from all of you. I did it a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, but we're here doing it again. Reformer on the mat. You may not know this, but I'm also a certified reformer instructor. So when all of you were saying, I can't wait, can we do more reformer classes? I was like, yes, we can. So if you have weights, grab them, small hand weights. If you want heavy, go for it. And if you don't want any weights, you can just do this with your beautiful body. So when you are ready, meeting me on your back. Making your way down onto your back and start to bring your hands down by your side, knees are bent about hip distance apart. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, becoming a little bit heavier to the mat. One more just like this. Full breath in. And exhale, you melt. This time as you breathe in, can you really fill up? And as you breathe out, we're going to lift the hands to the sky, just over your shoulders. Inhales, we lower back down. Exhales, you lift. Inhales, you lower. Now I want you to imagine you're in a reformer class. If you've done reformer before, you're hopping on the carriage, you're closing your eyes, you're in cute activewear, and you're getting ready for your class. So start to let go of any outside distractions. Think about your reformer bed or your mat as your little safety zone, just for you, your little bubble. Can you try to keep the ribs down as you lift the arms? And let's just do two more here. Exhale, lift the arms. Inhale, lower. On this next one, can you hold the arms all the way out? Now start to really draw the shoulders into the mat. Take a full breath in. Exhale as you lift your hips slowly up by pressing into the heels. Squeeze the glutes. And then slowly lower the hips back down. We do this a few more times. Exhale as you lift, squeeze. Inhale as you lower back down. Keeping a lot of the weight into your heels, maybe wriggle the tippy toes a little bit. You can even visualize it like you're on a foot bar. If you have done reformer before, you know it can be very tricky to stabilize. So keep that same intention even though we're on the mat. It's amazing what the body can achieve just by your thought alone. And that's why I always invite you, encourage you to bring awareness to where you want to feel this. Enough talking from me. We're going to add on, next time you lift the hips, can you hold? We're going to find a chest press, the arms out wide, hands to the sky, lower the hips. Exhale, lift the hips, bend, extend, and lower. So keeping the weight into both the heels, elbows bend, they reach back up and down. Remembering that this is your class, your practice, which means you call the shots. You're the boss. I'm just here to guide you. So any moment things don't feel right or you don't want to layer, who cares? Don't worry about it. Stick to something that makes sense today for you. We're here for 3 more. Let's go 2. Can you really think about drawing the ribs down but squeezing the glutes? Last one here, and we're just going the arms down and back up. So nothing changes with the arms, just the hips stay nice and high, but keep drawing the belly button in and the ribs down towards the hips as we squeeze the glutes. Now let's go 3. Last 2. On one, hands go to the sky, and can you hold for 3? For 2. On one, lower the hips all the way down and then start to lower the hands down. Now you can take the hands out of the way, so the weight's out of the hands, and bring the hands down by your side for the time being. Can you start to lift your hips just like we did before? Take a full breath in, holding at the top as you breathe out. Now we're going to lift your right leg to tabletop, lower back down. Left leg, lower back down. Start to find your marches here and really press into the palms, the elbows, the triceps to help stabilize. And remember to come back to your breath as it helps you get through these moments that are a little bit sticky. Now we're here for 3. Last 2. On 1, can you hold your right leg up? Now, only if it feels okay, we're gonna grab the hand weights and bring them to the sky like before. Now we're gonna extend the right leg as the hand weights come behind you, bend the elbow, and then pull everything back in. Extend, pull back in. So keep pressing into the left leg as you extend and bend. Now maybe you just wanna focus on the right leg. Maybe you just wanna focus on the weights and bring the right leg down. Pick your poison as we're here for 5. Let's go 4. 3, keep pressing into the left heel for 2. On 1, can you hold little pulses with a bent right leg for 5. 4, we go to the other side in 3. 2, hold on 1, lower the right leg. Take a full breath in, lift the hips a little bit higher. So you breathe out, lift the left leg. Now we're gonna bend the elbows, extend the left leg, pull everything back in. Bend and extend. Imagine you are on that foot bar and that your right heel is planting down as you start to say hello to your right glutes. We're here for 3, pulsing in 2. On 1, can you hold little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, lower the left heel, keep the hips high. Now we're just going with the arms, bend and extend. Bend, extend. Can you think about the elbows facing the sky, pointing to the sky? And we're going to start to add little hip dips as we bend. Lift, bend, and lift. Come back to your space. Things start to get a little bit sweaty, or at least on my end. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, we're coming down, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, lower the hands first, and then slowly roll through the spine, knocking your knees side to side, give yourself a little hug, whatever feels good, and just start to bend the knees back to center. Hands are gonna come towards the sky. Now we've already done this shape at the start of the practice. We're gonna lower the hands down, and this time they're gonna come back up. Next time we lower the hands, we're gonna exhale, crunch, reach your spirit fingers towards your toes, and then back down. So we're mimicking a lot of familiar shapes we do in a reformer class. And this one is your arms in straps, or your hands in straps, whatever you wanna call it, mid-back series. So think about you have straps in your hands, and they're creating resistance as you pull them away from the shoulders, and then back down. Pull everything away, draw the belly button in and back. Now you can always lose the weights, you can always bring the hands behind the head, but really invite some curiosity through the body today. Try things on. They don't have to stay on, you can always take them off, but that's the whole point. You don't know until you try. Now let's just go for 5. We're here for 4. Head, neck, and shoulders lift as you scoop the belly in. 3. Final 2. Now on 1, can you hold hands down, hovering, but keep your crunch. Now we're gonna lift your right leg, lower. Lift your left leg, lower, lower head, neck, and shoulders. So we're coming up for the crunch. Exhale, lift, tap, lift, tap, and lower. Let's just do 2 more here. Lift, down, hands come back over the shoulders. Last one, hold your crunch, exhale, lift right leg, lower, left leg, lower, and then lower the head. Bring the hands down, maybe take a reset, full breath in. Happy thoughts as you breathe out, because we're going to be adding on. So, hands are coming to the sky. This time your legs are also coming to the sky in tabletop. So your knees are over your hips and your shins are facing the sky. Take a full breath in. And as you breathe out, can you find your crunch? Extend your right leg long. Hands are really active here, and the back. So your hands are hovering off the mat. And if you're using the hand weights, firm grip as you press the weights away from the body and then pull everything back in. Weights go away from the body and pull back in. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember that. You want to be the turtle in life. Turtle's my favorite animal. Remember, it gets there in the end. It just takes its time to enjoy the journey, enjoy the ups and downs, the Pilates shakes. And let's go for 5. This is 4. Now in 3, we're gonna hold and just continue the legs. This is 2. On 1, can you hold your hands by your side? Just change the legs while keep pressing the weights away from the body. So they're going towards your toes. Keep the crunch. Keep using your breath as you draw everything in and extend. This is 10. Each side. 9. Stay with me. 8. 7. Reach a little bit higher. 6. 5. 4. Let's go 3. Final 2. On 1. Hug everything in. Relax. Take a little massage through your lower back, through the back of your skull. And just bring the hands, weights down to your side. We're gonna bring the hands underneath the knees. And can you just start to rock and roll yourself up? You don't really do this in Reformer, but you know what? This is how we're getting up today. It's Reformer inspired. So we're coming all the way up. Next time you rock and roll, turn yourself around and just grab a hold of your weights. So we're coming into a kneeling position. You can bring your knees as wide as your mat and your toes can be together. I find that feels a little bit more comfortable. And can you bring your hands straight down by your side? Take a full breath in, allow the shoulders to soften. And as you breathe out, dumbbells or hand weights come in line with your shoulders. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and then lower back down. So we lift up, coming all the way back down. Now imagine that you've got string or rope connecting to your weights and we're creating a resistance. So we're lifting up, lifting the arms in line with the shoulders, and then we're pushing them back down. Pulling them up, pushing them back down. Now if kneeling does not feel comfortable, please sit cross-legged. And if you don't want to come up, you just stay low and just lift the arms. You always have options. You just have to find them. You just have to be really curious. Now we're here for 3 before we add. Let's go 2. Keep drawing your belly button in. On 1, hold. Left elbow is going to bend. We're going to say hello to the left. We're going to come back and then take a seat. Now we're just on the left hand side. So you lift, inhale, twist, exhale, back and lower. Exhale, lift, twist, back and lower. Now as you twist, can you start to find some rotation? So squaring the shoulders off and back. It's almost like you're pulling the weights apart, like there's a rubber band connecting them. Come back to center and lower. Oh, I'm getting out of breath. I'm not sure if it's the weather here or if it's this Reformer class, but either way, I'm working up a sweat. We have 2 more. The last one here. Come all the way back to center. Can you just go with your left chest press out and back? So find a twist, pull the weights apart, push them back together. Pull them apart, push them back together. We're here for 5. Let's go 4. Final 3. 2, keep your right arm lifted. On 1, we come back to center. We're just holding for 5. 4, 3, 2, on 1, bring everything down, just roll the shoulders and take a moment. I'm just gonna come to face you so you can see me, but can you bend through the elbows? And we're gonna start to lift up into a high kneel. So elbows are bent, we're gonna untuck the toes, squeeze the glutes to open the hips. Find a little robot arm as you lift, elbows in line with shoulders, and then come back down. So elbows stay bent, lift, and come back down. Trying to keep your wrists in line with your elbows here, so you're creating L shape, lift, and back. Now, no matter if you're doing upper body on the mat, on the Reformer, they always creep up in you. You're like, yeah, it's not too bad. And then you realize it actually kind of hurts. All of a sudden, 0 to 100. At least that's with me, with my little chicken arms. That's okay. That's why we work them, to get nice and strong. Now, next time you lift, can you hold? Can you find a chest press? Can you bend all the way back down? Exhale as you lift, chest press. Come back and down. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. So find your range, find a pace with this combo that feels really good for you. And we're here for another 5. We're just going your chest press. In 4, exhale, lift, extend, bend, and lower. This is 3. Notice what starts to happen to the cord. Also switching on here. 2. On 1, can you hold, extend, and bend. So your elbows are going to be in line with your shoulders, maybe lower, and pull back. Extend, pull back. Keeping the shoulders over the hips, over the knees. So we're keeping your core engaged. My arms are really sore right now, so we're here for 5. Stay with me. 4, 3, let's go 2. On 1, can you come back to the bent elbow and then soften, release. Roll through the shoulders, take a moment, and we are going to even out the other side. And then I promise we'll get into some legs. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see what arm we're doing, but you can stay exactly as you are. Find a kneeling position, hands down by your side, and as you exhale, lift the hands in line with your shoulders, and then back down. Now try to keep the shoulders over the waist, over the hips, rather than leaning forward or back. We're trying to keep it in a straight line. Shoulders can slightly come over the hips to keep the core engaged. So squeezing, and back. Now we've already done this, so you're like, oh, I know what's happening, Sheridan. Next time we lift, we hold. We're going to bend the right elbow, come back to center, and lower everything down. Lift, then say hello, come back, and lower. Take your time here, and as you start to fatigue, your left hand may want to creep down towards your thigh, but remember you're in control, so to say, no, we're still moving. Sheridan says we've only got a little bit more to go and then we're out of here. So back yourself, as I know you can do this. We have 3 more, and we're just going with the right arm. In 2. On 1, can you hold, pull back, extend. Just the right hand, elbow bends, twist, and back. Twist, and back. Let's go 5. 4, exhale, reach. 3, we're gonna hold in 2. On 1, can you hold? This time we're doing tiny circles. Doesn't matter what direction. Think of your happy place. We are reversing in 3. In 2, reverse your circles on 1. Oh, we're here for 3, for 2. On 1, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Bring the hands down by your side and just start to circle the arms a few times each way. We're going to bring the weights just to your side, doesn't matter what side, one side. And then can you find a 4-point kneel and start to bring the knees under the hips. You can untuck the toes if you like. And as you drop the belly, inhale, eye gaze forward. As you exhale, dome, tuck the chin to the chest. Let's do this a few more times. Drop the belly, inhale, eye gaze forward. And as you dome, tuck the chin to the chest and breathe out. Starting to add any complementary shapes that feel really good, loosey-goosey through the spine. And let's just do one more here. Drop the belly, eye gaze forward. And then exhale as you breathe. I said exhale, breathe out. You can do it twice. And just start to dome through the upper back. Coming all the way back through center. Keep the wrists really straight under the shoulders. So we're keeping a straight line all the way from the wrist to the shoulders, and then can you tuck your toes? Take a full breath in. As you exhale, lift, hover the knees, and then lower as you breathe in. Exhale as you lift, hover the knees, keep pressing into the palms, and then lower back down. So can you imagine there's a little bit of a gap between the knees as we lift, squeeze, and then lower back down. So it's almost like you're trying to squeeze an object between the knees. I know there's nothing there. I'm not silly, but I just want you to imagine like you're trying to draw your inner thighs together, your lower belly up and in. Now let's go for another 5. This is 4. Final 3. Can you hold your hover on 2? Now on 1, hold your hover. We're just going to hold for 5. Press back to your downward facing dog in 3. In 2. On 1, send the hips to the sky and just start to pedal out through the heels here, left to right, right to left, wherever feels good. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, can you start to lift the heels? We're going to come all the way down, hover, and then press the hips back to the sky. So heels stay lifted, coming down, inhale. Exhale as you lift back up. Now, unlike your down dog, we're trying to keep your lower core really active, so keep the heels lifted. Push back. You might even like to imagine you are on a reformer bed, and the bed is shaking, you're shaking, everything's shaking. Whatever helps you get into the zone and start to bring awareness to your lower belly. Let's go 5. Last 4. Now we're gonna hold your hover in 3. Keep drawing the belly button in, ribs down. This is 2. Now on 1, can you hold your hover? We're just gonna pulse up and down for 10. I know, you are so welcome. This is 9, 8, 7, stay with me, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, untuck the toes, drop the knees. Take a child's pose here as you just start to melt everything down to the mat or to your imaginary reformer bed. Use this time to check in. We have a little bit more standing work and then we are done. So can you just locate your weights? Sorry, my hair is getting all over the shop. And we're gonna find a standing position. So just using your weights to help you. Tuck your toes, start to press the heels down, bending the knees. And can you use your hand weights like a little bit of an anchor? So feet can go about hip distance apart, knees are bent, creating a shelf through or shelf for the belly. And can you just allow everything to hang really heavy here? Elbows can be soft, knees can be bent. And on this next breath out, can you start to straighten the arms, pressing into the heels as you draw the belly button in and make your way up, rolling yourself through your spine, using your dumbbells or your weights as anchors. Head, neck, and shoulders are the last to arrive. Oh, some of you ask why I don't wear my hair out curly in classes, and this is why, because it has a mind of its own. Anyway, we're nearly there. So with your weights, can you just step into the middle of your mat? Your right leg is going to be forward and your left leg is going to be back, heel is lifted. From here, can you find a lunge? Bend the elbows, little bicep curl, and back. Bend everything, extend everything. Whoa, whoa, nearly fell over, my balance. So pressing down into your right heel to give you a little bit more support. And remember, if you don't want to add the weights, just keep them by your side, keep them behind the back, and focus on what you can do today. Now we're here for 5. We're going to stay low in 4. Let's go 3. Stay low in 2. Now on 1, can you stay really low and just the arms come up and back? Keep drawing the belly button in and keep anchoring your left knee down. We're here for 5. Let's go 4. 3. Final 2, hold the weights to heart center on 1 and just hold for 5. 4, we're going to step together in 3. 2, on 1, step your left foot to meet your right and just take a little shake. Glue your elbows together, bend through the knees and hinge your weight forward. Press all your weight onto your right leg, and then can you start to extend the arms, extend the left leg, pull everything back to center. Extend and bend. So we've done a similar shape with the arms before, but we were on your back. So surprise attack, it's just another way to get the triceps. And keep shifting your weight to your right foot. Left leg extends, arms extend, and back. Press everything away and back. Can you stay in this shape just for 5, 4, we're gonna hold back in 3. Let's go 2. Can you hold back on 1 like you're about to launch from a race? Hold here, just the big toe is connected to the ground. We pulse through the front knee for 5. Hands come up, 4, 3, stay with me, 2, holding on 1, pulse the palms back for 10, 9, keep bending the front leg, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1 step together, bring the hands overhead, and then just bring the hands through heart center as you take a little forward fold. Let the head be heavy, and we are going to even out the other side, and then guess what? You're done, you're out of here. So, just like we did the first time, straighten the arms, draw the belly button in. You can keep a soft bend through the knees, and as you start to roll yourself through your spine, can you really focus on slowing movement? Slowing your breath down, come all the way back to center. If you have your hair out like me, reset it, and then let's extend your right leg back, lifting the heel. Start to bend the knees, bicep curl, and back. So planting into your left foot, maybe the toes lift, but the weight is staying into the heel. Down and back, down, exhale back. Focus on finding your range. I know we're coming to the end. I know you're tired. I know you're like, when is it finishing? Very soon. So do what you can and think of how far you've come. We're here for 5. We're staying low, just the arms in 4. Final 3. Let's go 2. Keep your right heel lifted on 1. It's just the arms, come up and down. Exhale, curl. Inhale down. Are you getting ready for the hold? Mentally prepare in 5. Let's go 4, sit a little bit lower, 3. Last 2. On 1, hands to heart center and hold, sit even lower, come back to your breath. Embrace it, happy thoughts for 5, 4, let's go 3, 2. On 1, step the feet together, take a little shake, little dance break, and we're going to start to bend the elbows. Lean your weight forward by bending the knees. Shift your weight to your left foot, and as you breathe out, right leg and hands come out, pull back in. Exhale, reach, inhale back. Now become really light on your your right toes if you can. Like you're sliding the reformer bed out and back. So that carriage on the bed, sliding out and back. Visualize, use your imagination today. We're getting creative. We're here for another 5. Let's hold back, 4. Final 3. Last 2. Can you hold back on 1? Keep your left leg bent and we're pulsing into the front knee. Ooh. Come back to the space. We are pulsing the arms in 5. Keep the back heel lifted, 3, 2. Hold everything down on 1. Pulse the palms back. This is your finisher. We're here for 10. Bend more to the left leg, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, step the feet together. Take a shake. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. And then exhale, dive forward. Bring the hands through heart center. Let the weights go. And just interlace the hands to the opposite elbow as you take a rock or sway side to side. Coming back to internal space, to the 4 corners of your mat or your imaginary reformer bed, and start to acknowledge what's going on, how you're feeling, what sensations start to come up. And on this next exhale, can you start to plant the hands down, bend the knees as much as you can, and just making your way to a seat. We're going to lie all the way down, well deserved, I might add. And can you bring your right ankle over your left knee? Cactus out the arms, or if you have space, find a little T shape. And just shuffle your hips to the left. Exhale, we're bringing both knees down to the right. And then eye gaze over the left shoulder. Use your right ankle as an anchor for the left knee to come down. But try not to force any movement here. Start to notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly and seeing what happens with each exhale. Inhale, start to bring the eye gaze and the knees back through center. And then let's change legs. Bringing the left ankle over the right knee. You can shuffle your hips to the right. And as you breathe out, bring the knees over to the left, allowing your left ankle to act as a little bit of a weight. Right hip can lift, and then eye gaze feels comfortable, can float over your right shoulder. Aiming for both your shoulders to remain really heavy to the earth. And making a conscious choice to come back to your breath, to coming back to your space. Inhale as you bring eye gaze and the knees back through center. And then start to unravel the legs. Can you bring the knees out wide, feet or the soles of the feet together? And just start to bring the hands to your hips, your lower belly, maybe one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly, whatever feels comfortable. And as we start to close your practice, honor the last few moments. I'm so proud of you for showing up, for maybe stepping outside your comfort zone, but most importantly, for gifting yourself this time. Distraction-free, to move, just to be, and hopefully to fall a little bit more in love with yourself. Wherever you are on your breath cycle, take one more full breath in, really fill up. As you breathe out, let it go through the mouth. Starting to bring the knees through center and just coming onto one side, whether it's your left or your right. Slowly pushing yourself up to find a seat. If there's any other stretches you would like to take, feel free. But you are done and dusted. I'm so proud of you. I really hope you enjoyed this reformer-inspired class. Please let me know if there's any other type of classes you'd want to see, because at the end of the day, it's not my class, it is yours. And I really appreciate growing this community with you. So I will see you next time. Have a beautiful day and let's get moving on the mat together. Mwah. Hey girl, thanks for watching. If you like this class, check out my online platform where I have over 100 classes ranging from 5 to 50 minutes, and I upload 4 new classes weekly. You'll also have access to a community of like-minded girls.